last guest is not here yet, so I don't even.
Thank you so much for being so.
I'm gonna come down to one of your other shoots and be your PA for the day.
Good.
Please. Thank
Well,
you.
give him your bank details. Hello.
Hi.
Sheeda. I am so excited to have you here for the first episode of Beauty is in the Eye of the Beholder, because you are a beauty.
I'm so happy to be here. Trust
Thank
me.
you. Now, I found you on TikTok. You are so vibrant and passionate about fashion. It oozes out of your videos. I love the way you put pieces together. And, you know, you've expressed like you've had to overcome a few things to become this amazing fashion blogger that you are today. So So we're going to get you in some glam. You have landed today. You have Ira doing your face. Ira is a makeup beast.
I'm so excited. Okay.
But in order for her to get your glam together, we need for you to describe yourself in 3 words.
Damn. 3 words for this big personality. I could do it. I'd say I'm eclectic.
Oh, come on, eclectic.
I'm sharp. Never get it twisted. And I'm passionate. I'm a Sag, so it's all fire in here.
And I'm going to add a word, and I'm going to say I'm fabulous. Very fabulous. So with that being said, Ayana, are you ready to come and slay this face?
I know I am.
Do you want to give her your words one more time?
I'm eclectic, I'm sharp, and I'm passionate.
And fabulous.
Asterisk, fabulous.
Sheeda.
Yeah.
You came up on my For You page on TikTok. You was giving me chocolate. You was giving me fabulosity. You was giving me fashion. And you was like, I felt like I found my own like Lizzo, but even with more drip.
Lizzo is actually an icon, honestly.
And you are very iconic.
Thank you.
The way, you know, it's so funny because I'm a Capricorn. And I'm an ex-recording artist, and I'm very deep. And as much as I saw this fabulosity that you was posting, I thought there's a story behind her. And I'm nosy as hell.
Oh yeah.
So I need to know what's going on. So how many siblings do you have?
Woo! I'm the eldest of 7.
Oh wow.
So I've got 6 siblings.
So big family.
Huge family.
Big
Huge.
responsibility being the eldest.
Don't even start.
How does Sheeda navigate? And how does Sheeda shine? And how does Sheeda find who Sheeda is with 6 siblings? Sorry.
I mean, you got to shout, basically. I'm going to keep it so real with you. When you have 6 other, you know, human beings to compete with for like attention and resources, but also you're a role model. You're like in a weird space where they're looking up to you,
being the eldest,
trying to figure out how to human off of you. You got to be loud. You got to be bold. There wasn't really any space for me to shy away from that position growing up, for sure.
Yeah. So you have these 6 siblings, and to not sound too cliche, as the oldest, 6 babies that you have to guide. I know naturally, I mean, I'm the baby of my family, but I know, well, you think that. You think that. Being the baby is not that fun, I promise you. But I don't envy your responsibility, because you almost become the 3rd parent.
You do.
And then you're the teacher, you're the influence, you've got to do right to your brothers and sisters.
Basically.
Now, you're becoming a young lady and you're saying, I need to figure out who Sheeda is and what Sheeda's doing. Tell me what 16-year-old Sheeda's dreams were.
Wow. Honestly, I'm going to be so honest, because that's one of the things I always want to do is be authentically myself. Like, I'm fashionable and I am fabulous, but I wasn't always like this. And
This is a safe space. We love you here. It's safe here, and if you cry, Ira's got brushes and concealer.
Amazing. I'm gonna try not to, because I don't want to mess up your hard work. But 16-year-old Rasheeda did not have the confidence that she has today at all. That period of my life was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-hate, to be honest. And I'm saying this because there might be other women out there or other girls out there who look like me, who might also look in the mirror and be like, I ain't shit. I'm glad to say that I don't feel like that anymore. But I did at 16.
Hold on, like, can we clap it up?
Period. Yeah, 16-year-old me just didn't really know. Like, I wasn't, all the things that 16-year-olds found important, like boys liking you and, you know, being the cute one, I didn't have that. And it was also the age where I went from being super academic to kind of struggling as well. Okay. So at least I always had academics behind me. I was smart, I was in the top set for everything. That started to dwindle as well. So I think for me that was a period of time of being like, what the fuck am I doing? Can I swear?
Yeah. Listen, if they see my name on something, you gonna hear some curse words now.
I was like, what am I doing? And I wasn't in a healthy environment. So although I didn't feel good, there was a little part of me that was like, let's make a plan. So that was the start for me of being like, you know what, things ain't it right now, but perhaps it could be one day, so what can we do? So that was the start for me, 16, yeah.
I love that. So you had mum and dad in the house?
So that's another thing. My parents split up. So I'm the eldest of 7, but they're all half siblings. I'm the only one with my parents.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that comes with a lot of different pressures. Yeah. Like if you have siblings, you might grow up being like, oh, I'm compared to my younger sibling. It's 10 times worse when your siblings have a different mum or a different dad. I think on one hand, my parents never belonged together in the first place. So actually...
Sorry, just step back.
They didn't belong together.
I love you both, but you're a mess together.
You're not supposed to be together.
Some people, like, you served your purpose, you created this.
I'm here. This is the fruit of the
so
labour.
True.
But that, you know, they were never meant, they weren't a good pair, you know.
Yeah.
And, I hate to say it, but my mum, well, I love to say it actually, but my mum deserved better, period. So, you know, now she's gone on to do better. Actually, that was better for me to see. I think a lot of my childhood struggles were from not having that modelled for me, not being able to see a black woman be soft or cared for.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with that now.
I was just going to ask you, so now, because there's so much things I want to ask you, but so now you're this beautiful grown woman. How does Sheeda date? How does Sheeda deal with love?
If you were in here before we started filming, I said, I'm single till I'm married. And that's it.
Listen, if my last name is still Solo,
then I'm single. I'm solo, isn't it?
She's let me get a church.
Well.
Because, do you know what I cannot stand? Is you go on Instagram at me and my hubby, where's your carrots? Where's your paper?
Where's your marriage license?
You ain't getting no free titles. I'm too cute to be giving free titles. You better go find Cartier and try again.
Let me explain myself. I come from a long line of strong black independent women.
Love it.
In my family, almost all the women are STEM, you know, like scientists, doctors, engineers. So that element of always being independent and doing it for yourself I like it, it's cute, but I'm the first person to reject that. If you're coming into my life, I mean, I'm still strong and independent.
Yeah.
If you're coming into my life and in a relationship, I still have to be the strong,
the dominant one.
Sometimes soft error, sometimes vulnerability. So for me, it was really important not having that modelled for me.
Yeah.
To find that in the relationships I'm looking for.
And I think you should commend yourself, because I find, and you know, I have to be someone that, as much as I'm learning to scream about my wins, I'm very good at screaming about my L's.
Period.
I was trying too hard.
I got a little someone in my life who I'm like, okay, the years go by and you seem to be ticking all the boxes. I could be soft with you, I could be vulnerable with you. There are times where I'm like, oh, I haven't done this, I come home, it's done. So, you know, we're getting there. I'm not married yet, but I do think...
Wait, is this the... Sorry.
This is the housemate.
Is he the housemate? This is an exclusive where you follow her on TikTok. I came home to do this, but my housemate... I knew he okay to be a secret house, especially when it's the same man.
Wow.
Girl, I'm
Period.
happy for you. You better let the housemaid blow your back out
one
and do
day,
the hoovering.
You know, if I pop up with a ring out of nowhere, because this
So
is
wait, how long's he been your housemate?
Oh, that's a long story. Do we even have time?
Okay, so we're gonna bring her back on the show. I think I'm gonna have to start a whole relationship segment because you lot are scandalous.
Especially, I'm a millennial as well,
stories,
so our relationships be messy. Isn't one of those ones like, yeah, that's my ex, but we broke up, but we live together because we have a lease type situation.
Okay, bye, Carisha.
Yeah.
No. You see, I'm so old. I'm very
I
old
told
spirited.
you, I'm a millennial through and through.
Yeah, no, I'm very old school. Like, take me on dates, send flowers to me at work.
But it's mad because I get all that.
Yeah, well, I ain't got a housemate, so I wouldn't know. Anyways, next question. No shade, but catch it. So, you're now in London.
I am.
For now. You've left the family home with your siblings. How have you now ended up in Korea?
Whoa. Yeah.
Cause that ain't Trenton. It's far.
That decision really spun my family. Like that was chaotic. I went to Korea on a vacation just to see some friends. I met a bunch of friends in uni who were like exchange students, and because I was always into like anime, I'm one of those people. I was always into anime. I was always into K-pop, K-drama. So I thought, let me just go see them a little bit. I came back and I decided on the train home from Heathrow that I was going to move there.
I live for that though.
I just need, sometimes you just have those moments where you're like, why not me? Like, why can't I walk the streets of Seoul and have my little moment, my romantic moment, my chicken shop dates? Like, why not me? I used to watch K-dramas all the time and just daydream. And one day I decided to take my head out of the clouds and just go and see if it works out.
I was just fixing a t-shirt.
And I just remember everyone being like, but you don't speak the language, but you don't know anyone there. What if you don't like it? And I just thought, well, if you don't like it, you come home. Planes are not going to, go out of business anytime soon.
Yeah.
I went out there for 3 years and I had the best time. I think 16-year-old Rasheeda would have been really proud.
So, you're 16, you're dealing with all these different emotions, all these different feelings about yourself. When does the transition happen? When do you start to realise, like, I don't love myself, I'm not happy with myself, and I don't want to be like this?
This story is a bit convoluted, but I'm going to TLDR it. Basically, I decided I was going to do a year of yes. So that year where you're like, I'm going to do my A-levels, and then I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, this is what I want to do. You have to start planning your life, basically, at that age. I said, I'm not going to turn down a single opportunity that comes my way, even if it's something as small as learning Latin or going on a trip or, whatever it is. And a friend of mine actually invited me to come down to her church for the weekend. Obviously, this is year of yes, otherwise I normally would have said no. But I went down there and I found a community. I think that was the first time for me where I realised community is really, really important. And that was really the start of me being able to be vulnerable. My journey really has been kind of founded on, because I'm the eldest and also I'm a black plus size woman. I've always been plus size. I've never been able to be soft with anyone.
Right.
So when I found that community, I was able to be soft for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think you need that kind of environment to actually look at yourself and address what's holding you back from loving yourself, because the stuff that you find is deep. And it's not always pretty. And sometimes you need someone to hold you. That church has seen the snot bubbles, the tears, but it was the first time in my life that I experienced catharsis.
Look down, mama. I think, that's another thing that I think a lot of people are scared to admit is their love for God. Me, I will get on stage in my lingerie and drop it like it's hot and slay the gig.
Literally.
And then I'm going home and praying.
I'm blinded by your grace. Come on.
Honestly, I think it's so silly that people are ashamed of their faith. I don't know when having faith became uncool. Like, that's crazy to me. And I think people have this idea in their head that if you don't wear skirts down to your ankles and you curse and you beat your face and you're basically like any female you will see on this show, that you can't believe in God. Listen, I'm God's most problem child.
Say it again.
But he told me to come as I am And that is exactly what I do.
Do you know that's the first thing I heard when I got to that church? I was there, it was a special guest speaking today, and he said, it doesn't matter where you've come from, it doesn't matter what you've been through, God has blessed you, He's favoured you, and you have no choice but to show up for yourself. That for me, I was like, okay, I heard you.
Sometimes you need to find your way to cope. I cope through prayer. I'm a stressor. So that is what saves me. I don't go around screaming or shoving religion down nobody's throat. That ain't my business, that ain't my portion. But my beliefs are my beliefs, and my way of coping is my way of coping. But what I want to ask you is, now, you fast forward to now, what makes you feel sexy other than your housemate? I couldn't help it. What makes she to look at herself and be like, yeah, I feel good, I feel sexy?
I feel the sexiest, I guess, when I am comfortable. It doesn't always mean like I'm beat or glammed. Honestly, some of those times like I'm fully barefaced. But I just feel the most sexy when I feel like I'm being my most authentic self. And that's when I'm being kind of goofy or quirky or nerdy or...
I love your TikTok videos.
In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to forget the importance of taking a break. Whether it's a power nap, a quiet walk, or just a moment of stillness. Rest is key to recharge your mind and body. So take a break. Recharge. You deserve it.
Today I want to wear something kind of whimsical. I don't know what that means, but it's super cute. I have a couple options today. I want to go, the weather outside is still which makes it the perfect time to style my trench coat. A moment for the dress. Anyone who likes to wear dresses, I want to see you in this dress, period. I like shopping in store, and I wish stores would just carry a little bit more in terms of their sizes.
I absolutely love your, like, first of all, you look phenomenal in that lingerie. I absolutely love it. And you know, ever since discovering your TikTok, you have made me want to embrace what I have more. I love how you are on there unapologetically like, oh, you gon' get this. And you gon' double tap that screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love it. I literally get excited when I see you posted. But do you look back at the old you now and be like, how did I become this baddie? How did I find this person?
Do you know what? I look back and it's almost like the opposite actually. I kind of look back and I think, how did you not see it? Like, how did you not see it was always there?
Love it.
Like, it's always been there. Like, always been there. I think that I was shying away from my own light, if that makes sense. Like, I look back at myself when I was 16 or when I was 23 and I'm like, oh, that spark has always been there. I didn't see it at the time. But that glow, that kind of like big sis vibe, that I want to make people feel good, that smile, all of that has always been there. I just think I've really started to uncover it now in my late, you know, I'm just turned 30. My late 20s is when I really started to be like, this ain't new. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, I just was blind. So that's kind of how I feel.
I like to check in on anybody's mental health. First of all, I have to, and this goes for you and anybody else that you guys see sat on this chair. You don't owe me anything. And for you to give me the most precious thing you have of your time, I'm beyond grateful to every single one of you. And for me, it is imperative I check on my lady's mental health. Because one thing I feel like when we get to a certain age, we're so good at masking it. We're pregnant, we're running the business, we're cooking, we're looking after the mum, we're looking after the dad, we're building the next business, and then all at the same time we're riding it like it's long. We are superheroes, like literally. But I now am a strong believer in therapy. What are your thoughts on therapy?
I'm in therapy too, girl.
Okay.
In fact, up until a few months ago, I was in therapy twice a week. I'm now only doing once a week, but I think, okay, for me, I would advocate for everyone to go to therapy, even if they think they don't need it.
Same.
But I also believe it is a choice, and you have to want to be there. I love my therapist. She's a black lady. Shout out Bola.
Okay, shout out Bola.
She's incredible. I looked for a very long time for her, but it wasn't even the first bout of therapy I've had, you know. I went undiagnosed with a mental illness for most of my life, which probably made my teenage years harder than they needed to be. So it actually feels like a huge privilege to be in a stage now where I can afford a black female therapist to go and sit and gist with every single, you know, week for an hour. It's like, it's a privilege to just have someone who is basically paid to listen to you. I'm a Sag, so I can chat all day. I can chat all day. And if you know, if you have the access to it, I would definitely recommend it. Like pro therapy all day.
Well, I love that because, you know, especially in the black community, I've often been told, like, oh, black people don't go to therapy. I'm like,
yeah, what's that about?
This black person does, because she needs it, because her mum's a mess, her dad's a mess, her brothers are a mess, she's a mess.
Period.
I need therapy. So I love that I'm sitting here with another strong black woman who's like, sis, I go therapy, and I ain't whispering about it because it's helped me a lot. It's helped me a lot. Don't whisper, talk up.
Sometimes you don't even need to be a mess.
Thank you. Don't wait until you're a mess.
Just need support. Are you pro therapy?
Absolutely.
Come on.
Hold on, but we have one man in the building. What are your thoughts on therapy?
Whatever floats your boat.
See, you're so ignorant. Nobody likes you.
That was so diplomatic.
He's such a man. This is why it's just like, oh.
So diplomatic.
Boat,
yeah, if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So now, do you feel any sort of pressure? Because I'm a stalker, I'm a Capricorn, I'm Sherlock Holmes, and I look through your comments and I see girls like, oh my God, you're giving me the confidence to wear this. Oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing that lingerie, you look bad, I would never have the confidence. Do you feel empowered by that, or do you now feel you have a duty to continue to uplift and inspire?
Both.
Okay.
Literally both. As you know, as the eldest of 7, I always shied away from, you know, in my adulthood, I was like, I don't want to be anyone's role model. I just want to live my life. No more pressure. But this keeps coming back to me every time. Like, I just do things. Oh, I'm so inspired by you. To the point where I was like, oh, what's so inspiring this time? Now that I've hit my late 20s, I actually feel like both. I have a responsibility, and this is why I talk about mental health on my channel, because I never want someone to look at me and think everything's just all good all the time.
And I love that you're so transparent about it. My beauty, and this is why you're here, because I think you ooze what I had in mind when I came up with the concept for this show. I believe that your beauty was before the Alira went on your face. But I felt like you had a story to share, and that would inspire, and including myself, let me know it's going to be okay. Even with those bad days, even with those I'm not feeling myself days, and I thank you for that. What I want to know now, I know I'm being such a bitch because I'm not letting you look at your face yet. I want to know now, so you're killing it on TikTok, and as we know, TikTok, you could go to sleep tonight, Sheeda, and wake up tomorrow, Sheeda, the superstar, with all these emails.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Hallelujah! And you know me and God were like this.
Yeah, besties. So, you know, from your mouth to God's ears.
What is the ideal end goal?
I think it's okay to say I don't know. I'm so, this is going to sound like such a brag, but I'm so talented. You see fashion, you see mental health.
Say it loud for the people in the back.
I'm so, when I say I'm so talented,
yes.
I've been sitting on my own potential for a long time. So this year I'm kind of like, okay, so we've got fashion, we've got styling, I'm setting up my little vintage, my little Depop.
Nice.
I made £700 in 1 month from selling clothes for other women who can't
on these apps.
On these apps, Facebook Marketplace.
Vinted, cut the check. Depop, cut the check.
Vinted. I think a lot of plus size women don't see women who look like them who are stylish. Even the models on the website don't have the overhang belly, the cellulite. So when they see, it's not that the clothes aren't there. It's when they see it on me, they're kind of like, I could work that. You look banging in that. There are like certain people who comment on my videos now and they're like, I think you actually look better than that than if you didn't have, you know, the overhang belly. The belly adds flavour.
It's facts.
I'm like, you know what, I don't even want this anymore. You sell it. I definitely want to become a mental health advocate. I just am tired of seeing black girls suffer because they're not getting the help they need.
But sorry, how could I forget? But you went to Korea.
I did.
You came back.
I did.
But you came back with a purpose.
I did. Oh, yes. I did. I did a huge career change. So I did education for the most of my young adulthood. Came back from Korea and said, I'm going to get into tech because I want to see more black women in tech making money.
Yeah.
Not just let's give them a little entry level thing and then leave them and they never progress. Like, no. So I actually work for an organisation now that trains women for free
Love
to
that.
code and become coders.
Please tell the people the name of the organisation.
Code First Girls. Code First Girls.
And it's right here at the bottom, guys. Make
You'll
sure you
see
check it out.
Basically, we teach you how to code for free, and then we actually link them up with businesses in loads of different industries to get their first roles in tech, and we champion them to grow and basically move up in those organizations. So that's one thing. I'm definitely not giving that up anytime soon. I would love to be able to continue to help women, not just training them up in coding, but also confidence. And, you know, building up their personal brands. So that's definitely one thing I want to do. I think building up other women has always been something I love doing. Building their fashion, building their style. But there's also other things that I want to do. I love to sing. I love to perform. I love to write. And I'm just thinking about where I go with this. I'm also a photographer on the side. Okay. So there's just got a bunch of things that I want to do.
This is why she said with her chest, a bitch is talented. Said what I said.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm no Yellow Pages, but I spent 12 years in the music industry. So anywhere I can help you.
That's what I'm saying. You're an inspiration because not only did you have the music game on lock, but then you were like, you know what, I'm going to slay cosmetics. You know what, I'm going to empower other women. I'm looking at people like you and I'm thinking, why the fuck not me?
Wow.
Sorry, can I just cut in?
Yes, please.
I'm like living in the flesh of someone who Rasheeda has made be confident. I used to work with her. I've now moved on and leveled up because of her and the advice she gave me. So yeah, she can do it. She's amazing at what she does.
Round of applause. Rasheeda, ladies and gentlemen. Rasheeda, you've inspired me in so many ways. I'm very good at what I do.
You are.
I've been hiding behind YN Solo for many years and I'm great at it. And I looked at you on your TikTok when I first ever saw you and you was in this lacy lingerie and I thought, wow, like I've actually left partners because I don't want to wear lingerie. I don't want to show my body. And you were so sexy to me and I was like, I need her. I need that energy. I thank you for your selflessness. I thank you for your transparency. I pray for you that your greatness that you have waiting for you doesn't take too long to find you.
Amen. I know you've got a hotline. So
if we can ever help, if you ever need our help here at Alira, and if I can't help, I've got a Rolodex. So
not a Rolodex. She's showing her age.
I'm showing my age.
Oh my God.
You can keep your iPhones. I got my Rolodex. So it's got to that time now. So you came in here a baddie. And now you're leaving here an extra baddie. Are you ready to see your glam?
I am. Can I look in the mirror?
You can.
Yeah. Woo!
How do you feel?
Oh my gosh. The brows, the fluffy brows, the pink and purple ombre. Oh my gosh.
You look beautiful. Now I want you to look in that camera and to the 16-year-old plus size lady who's not feeling herself, what do you tell her?
I'm doing this for you. Your time is coming. Just fight for yourself. Honestly, if I could go back and talk to my 16-year-old self, I would say fight for yourself, make it, and I'm going to show up for you. I'm showing up for my inner child. I'm only doing this for me. Hang in there.
I love you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, sister. I can't stop looking at myself.
Ladies, let's make some noise for this beauty Sheeda.
Wow.
You look amazing.
Can we finish?